Welcome back, party people, to another episode of Dance Specific Talks released from Be Fit and Sensual. We are here today with another dope, amazing dance artist, and this time we're going to France as we are meeting no one else than the dancer Evee Smile.
Massa. I got my cup and my OG. Making money with my G. Party turn up, 60 degrees. Man, I'm living like sorry, not sorry. Good vibe, me a break. Girl, bubble for me now. Bubble for me now. Boy, girl, bubble for me now. You a bad girl from you born me now. So me say what? Girl, them happy now. Skills man, yeah, bubble for me now. Boy, girl, bubble for me now. Me really ready, come over, you know. I man cool, good, girl body full. Wine pon the tool, and it's in my fuel. Satisfy my soul, yeah, you had them cool. Really scorer, so give me the golden ball. Give me now. Yeah, shut up position, my goal. Tell me now. When you do the thing, me can't done. Real done. We not carry bad mind, we born. You the baddest hot like gun. Good vibe, me a prick.
So what should you know about Evee? Well, she has roots from Guadeloupe, but comes from France. She is a hip-hop dancer who later on moved to Denmark to do her communication university studies. In Denmark, she quickly found her tribe as she found Flow Dance Academy, which is today one of the companies she has been heavily involved in directing and running. Evee went from doing hip-hop to falling in love with dancehall and has been to Jamaica doing her own Jamaican Vybz events in France, Paris. And today she is not only doing that, but also starting to do productions. She's not only a fantastic dancer, but is a person with a lot of knowledge, also sharing her thoughts about becoming a mother and being a dancer. I'm super excited to talk with her again, since it's been years since I and Evee battled together and talked last time. This is our little reunion, and I'm super happy to have you in this interview, listening to our conversation. Now, you already know what to do. Subscribe, you can share, comment, and don't forget we are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and of course on all the podcast platforms. Now, let's get it going. Welcome to this interview, Evee Smile.
Nice to see you, sweetie.
So good to see you. I feel like we have a very special history. I believe we met 10 years ago. It's already been 10 years ago. And I will never forget when I saw you for the first time. You had a really cool yellow snapback and you were entering a battle in hip-hop, and I just had never seen like a girl that was so hip-hop and so into her movement, and they were like, oh yeah, she's like this girl from Paris, from France, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then we ended up being friends as well. So times, man. How have you been?
Wow, long time, long story, and yeah, I remember also that time. It was also really new for me. Everything was new. It was a new beginning for me, and I didn't expect it become a new journey for me. That day, that battle you're talking about, was the start of a new life, a new beginning, a new experiences in Denmark, with a new family, new friends, new experiences.
Yeah.
I get goosebumps when you talk about that.
Yeah, because this was really a time shift. Like you were, I believe you were like an exchange student or something. You were gonna do communication at university, and you were moving to Denmark for like a short period of time that turned into a long period of time.
Is it? Yeah, that's life surprised me on that day, on that time. I was like, just wanted to stop dancing and just focus on communication. And yes, like you say, I was supposed to stay on the Erasmus program for 6 months, and 10 years after, like I get a family, a husband, a daughter, a school, and woo, everything pop out for something completely different for what I expected back in the day.
Right. Like you were like, oh no, I'm just gonna chill on dancing. Turned out that that was just the beginning of your like dance journey of like at some time running an entire dance school.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And right now, where are you located right now?
Now I'm located in Saint-Denis. It's near Paris, nearby. And I start my life here and enjoying my life as a director, as a creative, artistic woman, businesswoman. So yeah, now France is my new base. But I don't know. Maybe I can move. We never know.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember that you were like, I feel sometimes, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like a lot of French people at some point like feel like they want to get out of Paris, of France, and just like see something else. One of my best friends here is Chamallow, the Kizomba King, and he said the same. Like, he wanted to move out from Paris, France for a while, and then he just got stuck. But you actually moved back after years of living in Denmark and being the director of the school over there too.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to take it back because I know a little bit about your history, but not all of it. Were you born in Guadeloupe?
No, I raised and born in France, but I'm originally from Guadeloupe. My parents was in Guadeloupe, but they came in France in the end of the 70s, and yeah, now I'm the generation grew up, but I get a strong connection with Guadeloupe, of course.
Yeah, yeah, that's so beautiful. And when did you feel like, if you trace back, when was the like your first most important memory of dancing growing up?
Wow, I remember when I was a kid. I was 3 years, 4 years old, and in my community, in my culture, like we always arrange big parties we want to celebrate weddings or baptize or things like this. It's always get these parties with DJ, and you get the grandma, my father, my mom, all my family was around me. And I remember I was this little kid was dancing and enjoying the music, that I could feel the love of people around me. They make always the time in that time and the parties, there was organized circle around me, and I get these memories to look up like this with everybody around me and hyping and like, okay girl, let's go, 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 go. And I was always full out, and more they encouraged me to dance, I was into it. And I feel the joy and the love like I could give just by doing small movements. It was so natural for me.
Wow, that's like an early version of Cypher right there.
Is it? Completely.
Yeah, that's why. That explains a lot why you have never felt like scared of freestyling.
Yeah. It was there all the time.
And how did it then develop? Like, did you was it like a youth club you went to, or dance classes, or did you just dance with your friends at home, or how did like your dance journey continue from that point on?
For that point, when I was a little girl, my favorite games was to play with my friend and play choreograph. That was the game. And I was arranging small showcase for my parents or their parents. We were spending time on the Sunday afternoon as a kid, and we was dancing on Michael Jackson and do like reel and going to the head and doing small choreography, like really easy, really easy. I think I was just building up from what I could see on the TV and create small show and entertain people with this small version of a musical, because we were singing also. I love that game to just play a role and be on stage without to be on stage. It was just on the living room. And it was become an habit from become a child. And after that, like year after years, I remember I started to teach in the high school. I was 14 years old. I become the teacher. Like we just get the room in the class at the lunch break, and I was organize my small classes. And I didn't know, it was so natural. I was just become the teacher and say, okay, let's go, we do that. But just get inspiration from the video I was watching back in the day. And
Yeah.
actually, yeah, I remember also some youth club also.
Cool. What kind of videos was it that you like fell in love with? What kind of artist was like
Oh yeah,
pumping?
back then it was like a Spice Girl, really pop music, like a boys band. Like when I was doing like, wow, yeah, yeah. Well, I remember Spice Girl was my favorite. And after become Michael Jackson, of course, Missy Elliott,
Oof,
obviously.
oof,
Just
oof.
after Kelly's and Busta Rhymes, all this hip hop music. Back in the day when I could see this, when I say black music and just, this, yeah, you have a trend where a lot of it's come out like end of 90s, beginning of 2000, R&B, pop music, hip hop, like become a hit, and I could see black people on my TV, and I was like, oh, they look so cool. I want to become cool like them. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do like what they're doing on the TV. I want to be
I can
cool too.
I can remember that feeling, except that I didn't like that was only something I could see on TV because I grew up in this like tiny Swedish little village, completely like almost 99% white, and I was just watching MTV and was like, I want to be Beyonce. I want to embody her. I want to be Destiny's Child. I want to do all this. And I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I know it has something to do with dance because they're all having dancers. That
Yeah,
was it. Yeah.
I'm feeling you. It was the same. Like Beyonce, like Destiny Child, also like I was like, wow, they look so cool. They spread something so positive. The vibe was so nice, but the dance, but the music, wow, that time was so great.
Okay, so now you have to admit now for me, how much size XL did you have growing up?
Whoa, and I still got it. That was a hit. Of course, the baggy. That was a style.
It was, and layers. The long sleeve with the t-shirt on top,
Mhm.
matching the cap, matching the shoes, everything way oversized. Way
Yeah,
oversized.
I get it.
So, I feel like I don't want to jump too far because I kind of want to get into your confidence that I saw first time I saw you. When did you like start battling? Was that also something that came as natural as teaching, or how did that look like?
Yeah, in France, the underground scene is really big. So when I was teenager, I think my first battle was when I was 18, 17, around that time. And I remember it was a b-boy battle. Wow, yeah, I was a big girl. Wow, yeah. And I remember on my CD, you have You Got Served, that movie, when it's come out. They decide to arrange a kind of happening like for the premiere of the movie. And for that, they decide to arrange battles just to announce the movie. And I get a team, a b-boy team, but I was the top dancer. All of them was going on the floor, but I was the one who could wave a little bit and mixing, popping and locking and a little booty check and stuff. My first battle was literally a mix of a lot of different fusion of style. I didn't know what I was doing, but I just did. And all my crew member was doing breaking, and I think I did a small floor like six step and come up and do I'm
Yeah.
here. That was the first opportunity I did a battle. I think it was in 2000, 2002, 2001. Yeah, of course with the XXL, oversized, oversized outfit.
Yeah, yeah, and I also remember your locks. They were beautiful. You had like this like little light in the ends, I think. Oh, it looked so cool, like with the cap, with everything. I mean, that was years later, but I can see the style coming quite early in your life. Definitely. So you started battling, you had a crew. Was it like a performance crew also, or was it mostly just battling, freestyling?
Yeah, well, in my small town, because I also grew up in a small town, we was doing performing like just to entertain, like when they get when the city wanted to arrange something cool, they're calling us out. It's not really early, and we were just doing some small showcase show and mixing with freestyle. So it was a mix of two. A little, it was like some battles, but after that, I start to go outside of my city and see the scene in
Mm.
Paris. And yeah, I start to do other things without
And,
that.
and like you performing in your little city, what was like your reaction from your family, your parents, your family? Were they like shocked? Didn't you tell them? Were they proud? Like, how was their reaction?
My parents get this really Caribbean point of view, and coming from this small island, they didn't really know or understand what I was doing. They let me doing what I wanted to do, like I was practicing, training, I think 2 or 3 times a week, but they didn't really was curious or show me interest about that. There was not the kind of parents was follow me like to this kind of show. They're just feeling like, okay, she's happy, it's cool, she have fun. They didn't see a professional perspective about what I was doing, because they didn't know. They was not aware about the style, the trend, and what was hip hop.
Mm. Wow, that's so interesting because I talk with a lot of. Oh, is it an echo going on? No. Oh, it disappeared. Okay. Um. So yeah, I remember like my parents were more like, you know, they were very aware of what I was doing, but they never maybe thought it could be a career, if
Mhm.
that makes sense. You know, like they would be like, oh, that's nice that she continue doing what she loves, and we, of course, we're gonna be there to support her, but always that like, but you know, what's gonna be your plan, because you won't make any money of it, you're not gonna be able to live on it. Did you face that too? Is that kind of why you went to university, or was it actual a choice from your side?
Yeah, it was. I grew up also with the same kind of family, like support, but distance, and really expecting like for me to get a career on something where they could feel I can make money. There was worry, I think, back in the day, because they didn't see this vision of being entrepreneur or can live with dancing. It was so far, but in another way they're supporting me, like when I start to decide to do a dance education. I go into the university, I get a deal with them. They say you have to go to school, you need to get a bachelor level, and we're gonna be proud. And I follow them. But I knew inside me, like I definitely wanted to do dance. And as soon as I knew in Paris, they get this school doing hip hop every day. It's a Tony Mascot school. The day I heard about, like, okay, we can dance every day like this. Okay, I have to be there. That's my place. I don't have to sit in a university. But the university I studied communication. That was also interesting. I was passionate also with to get communication skills. It's not something so far for what I'm doing right now. I mean, for me, communication skills was also close to the dancing part, to the company, and how to build up my professional career. And I could combine back in the day by doing. I was not full out and 200% with my dancing. I was doing it, and I was also doing this study beside.
Mm.
So I could find a balance.
Yeah. That's so cool. I think it's so interesting because every dancer have their own path in kind of getting where you are today, and I always think it's interesting to hear about, like, you know, those choices, because again, then after, how was the dance education then? Was it a year, or like what? How did it make you grow to go to that dance education?
Yeah, as I really grow a lot from being in my small city, teaching a little bit of popping and looking and watching the TV and the video, this dance education make me figure out like what it was, like what style. It was a urban dance education with popping, locking, and b-boying, and new jack swing, house dance with the best teacher in Paris. And back then I was starting also to teaching. I start to teach with my skills, with what I got. Like I get hired in different schools. I didn't know how they hire me, but they trusted me. They were just saying like, girls, what you're doing in your body, we want to know that you can teach. And I get these skills like to make a community following me in the class, and I could manage it well. And in one point, I felt like I need to educate myself. I need to go forward with this knowledge if I still want to teach. And become a writer. It's all about integrity. Also, me as a teacher, I felt like, okay, I need to know a little bit more, and that's what I've been looking for in that dance education, mastering, and could be a role model. Can still educate herself to could give to the next generation. But I was really young. I was 20 years old, so I was so young for a teacher. But when I think about that, I was like, whoa. That was not my first priority to become a dancer. I still felt being a teacher, it's cool.
Yeah. Because I remember. So now we're jumping again to Denmark, 2010 or something like this. And when I saw you, I was myself, on this dance education at Flow Dance Academy in Denmark, of the exact same reasons that you were there. In your dance education in France, like basically like I had been dancing now with the same 8 people for years, and I need to like open my mind. I knew I loved, hip hop, dancehall, crump, but who was going to teach me except YouTube or, whatever. So that's when I moved to Denmark. And when I met you, I could definitely tell that you had already gone like that extra mile to become a teacher, and you quickly became our teacher at the dance education too. Insider, I will never forget when the owner of the school, Kenneth, basically pulled me aside because he saw that you and me started to talk, and he's like, so is she asking about me? And that's how it started. And I was like, it's so funny now when I look back at it, because you were literally like just this dancer entering a battle. Him was like, could not take his eyes from you, and later on, like, you also became the teacher at the school, and like your life together started to evolve, which is very, very beautiful. How was it for you to come to Denmark? Like, what happened when you got there in terms of your dancing, personal growth, just going to a completely new country?
Oh, I have a lot of things to say about that. To start with, my vision to come in Denmark, like I've been experiencing a lot of things in France, and I felt like I was spinning around like an hamster, going around and around. As a dancer, I was teaching in different schools. My life in France was teaching from Monday to Friday, and also getting some job also as a dancer. But the industry started to a little bit going down, and they didn't hire dancers. And I could also feel like as a Black girl, for the commercial job, I was never the first one they would choose. So I decided to just to leave my country and think about maybe change my career and stop dancing that way and just doing beside. And I came and studied communication. And my first day in Denmark, I didn't speak English really well. I was like, you remember, my English was really like I'm involved now. And the first things I have to connect with was with dance, because that was that is an international language. And back then, the only person I knew was Eva the walker. I met Eva 1 year ago in New York, and that was the only Danish girl I knew in that country. That was the only contact because Eva was also in France in one point, also doing an exchange program. So I knew with her, like I could speak French and be in my zone and being
Yeah, she
with the
spoke
community.
French.
Yeah,
Oh,
I will be in a zone with somebody can dance, can introduce me to the community, and yeah, I can find something like I feel related with. And it was the second day being in Denmark, just some Eva told me, you have a battle, like there is a Friday jam in this place called Street Maker. It could be cool if you can join, and you will see the dance community. And if you want, sometimes Eva, she said, I can bring you and we can take some walking classes and stuff. I was like, okay, cool. And I see that big place, and then I just hook up with John Nini Brothers, and he told me like, yeah, John Nini was speaking French also, and I connect with his brother, and I start to entering this battle. The second day being in Denmark, and he being crazy from that day. I just enter the battle and come and become in the final, and I see the love of people. Like people was like, "Whoa, who's that girl?" And I didn't speak really English, and I was so scared because people wanted to know about me and wanted to talk about me, and I was like, oh my god, I have to manage and I have to speak. But my idea to come in Denmark was to speak English, to study, and to become better, and really start from the scratch, and don't get out of my comfortable zone and start a new adventure. And that's what's happening. I start a new adventure, and meeting Kenneth, also the owner of the Flow Dance Academy. That was also a new things. When you talk about that story, when he wanted to talk to me in a more private, but he was the owner, so I was kind of shaky about like what he really want. Like he want to hire me for my skills, or what he want. Like he wanted to invite me for dinner and stuff. I was like, okay, what kind of boss is that? Like, So I was really like, I was be careful. I didn't want also be associated as a French girl, opportunist, just hook up with the big boss. And I wanted also focus on my study. It was the six first months was difficult for me to figure out my role and my place, and because he went so quick for me, I didn't know if I was really in my place, because being teacher in France everywhere, I suddenly become instructor for dance education to guide dancers to become professional, and it was so new for me. I was like, is it all right for me to could do that? And I just feeling like, oh, okay, yeah, if they let me this space, because before me get Super Dave was teaching there, Vice was teaching there. I was like, oh my god, I have to teach just after Super Dave, the big choreographer in LA. No, that's not possible. And I felt not even, it was hard for me to accept. Yes, you can teach after Super Dave. Yeah, you got the skills, because with all what you've been doing by your experiences, and if Kenneth give you the space for that, accept it and embrace it. And it was not only at Flow, I was teaching also at Hot Stepper, and so all the dance education. So slowly I took my space and just saying like, okay, it's cool. I did battle and I won battle, so that's also confirmed like, okay, you're a good dancer, and in different style. Also, we did battle together. Also, all style battle. Everything was possible suddenly for me. Being in France, this small shy girl, and in France, you have so many good dancers. Everybody is so good, but we just normal. We just random dancer. Like people when they see you dance, they're like, yeah, you good, but you have other people like you, they're good. I just exploded in Denmark, become like a super cool dancer. And not only in Denmark, it was also in Norway, in Sweden also. I could move in Scandinavia to could teach in different workshops and pass on my knowledge. And slowly by time I take confidence, and I enjoy in my time in Denmark, and also teaching all
Yeah.
around the country, in dancehall, in hip hop, and I get some cool opportunity to perform as a dancer, do TV shows in Denmark. And what I appreciate it was like I could get my space as a black girl. Like I told you, like back then I'm feeling in France, like okay, no space for black girl, but in Scandinavia, of course, that's a skills girl. Yeah, we want you. That's so cool. In my skills, I get a memory. I remember like I did a dancehall class, and I was just grooving like this. Like I was like, whoa, wow, I'm enjoying myself. And I see the studios was like, whoa, whoa. And I was like, I'm just grooving. Like, okay, you like it? Okay.
I,
Something never experiment in France. Like people, they're like, okay, yeah, you just groove, girl. Okay, yeah.
exactly. It's crazy because I remember when we did the all girl battle when it was like us girls against like a team of guys and we all had different styles. It was a lot of all styles battles for some reason in Denmark. We had not a lot of like single dance hall battles and house, but it was very mixed and like it was, I guess, a skill to know a lot of different styles. And I remember us being in that girl group and we won. It was the best feeling in the world. And I do also remember that you were choreographing our one of our end pieces.
Mhm.
And if I don't mistake, you choose the song Mr. Bombastic.
So,
and, and you did like a dancehall piece to it. It was so much fun. And I also remember being like interested in dancehall. You were also one of the few people that I could reach there, moving from another country, from Sweden to Denmark, that also liked dancehall, because it wasn't the biggest thing like it is today, where a lot of different dance groups are a lot of Jamaican dancers traveling back and forward. It wasn't really like it. So I remember when I met you, we could like puzzle together our middle school steps, and
mhm.
like it was a lot of focus on middle school. So when I came to to Gothenburg, when I moved after my year, I remember knowing like all all the middle school steps, but
Mhm.
like not a lot of new things. We were very focused on that. I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you definitely got into the whole teaching, and I think it was a very good thing also for us to see a female hip hop dancer that was into battling, because we didn't have a lot of those as well. um how would you say that you developed as a dancer? Not only that you got like all the, of course, more attention, more opportunities, but how did it change your way of dancing?
Yes, to being in Denmark, it was really special because I was like out of my country, and I get this space. Street maker was amazing, and we could practice every day. And for a while, I was really focusing on practicing my dance, and take this opportunity to get this time to develop also different style. I get best working teacher, and also with dancing, with dancehall, and also being a teacher in education, I needed to looking for the information constantly, and become good all the time. That on that time, yes, I felt like it was really the laboratory for me to develop my dance and my own style, being outside France with no outside talk or influences from. I was in a different environment, and I could being with myself, not with my friend, with my family. I was really in connection with Evie, and that was the best time. Yeah, these 4 years was amazing for that.
Before we go back into this episode, I want to take the time to shout out this episode's sponsors, Be Fit and Sensual. I have been working with Be Fit and Sensual's Dancers Bootcamp online program for a while now, and I know from first-hand experience that it works. So what is Be Fit and Sensual except worldwide coaching individually one by one? Well, it's also Dancers Bootcamp Online. Now, listen up to this. Dancers Bootcamp Online is the #1 world platform for us dancers who want to train dance specific with easy follow along videos. Not only do you have tons of workout videos inside Dancers Bootcamp Online, but you also become a part of this global movement and community with like minded dancers whose goal is to become better each and every day. Not only do you have weekly updated schedules for the ones who want help to build their own workout routine, you also have 2 full 30-day challenges with dance specific workouts only. Then you have different sections focused on different parts of the body. Let me tell you some examples. You have the abdominal section, Bachata booty section, nutrition guidance, dancer's mastermind if you really want to get into master your own mind, and also stretching for dancers, flexibility, knee rehab for dancers, and kettlebell flow for dancers. On top of all this, you also have weekly webinars and live workouts with Coach Sebastian, and you get a free coaching call with the team whenever you feel like you need it. Listen, I would never promote this if I hadn't tried it myself. I tell you, throughout Corona, this has been a life savior for me as a dancer when I couldn't go to classes or anything else. And I truly support the dance specific training that Sebastian and the team of Be Fit And Sensual are doing. So if this sounds good to you, it's getting even better because we have our own promo code. When you are writing in a live story in one word, ALIVE story in one word, you now get 25% discount on the monthly membership as long as you stay. You can cancel whenever you want and there's no startup fee or hidden costs. So if you have any other questions about training or nutrition, never hesitate to reach out to Sebastian at his social media for personal guidance. By dancers, for dancers.
We lived in separate countries. We didn't see each other so much. So like, I kind of want to know like what happened after that. Like you went from being a teacher at Flow to kind of more taking over the communication because you had that skills. But how did it develop from there? Because that's where I was out of the picture.
Okay, yeah. Being at Flow, I could develop my skills of being a community manager and also working with communication strategy for the company. And yeah, like like me and Kenneth being my boss, we end up to be in a relationship. So we build up this, like I start to adopt Flow as my new baby also, and Flow grew into me. I really love the value of sharing this original style with all this authenticity. And by being beside Kenneth, we decide to associate together, and he learned me. He became my mentor as a director, and I really learned a lot being beside him. And after 4 years living in Denmark, I decided to come back in Paris. I'm feeling like now my journey in Denmark, like I have to end. It's time to go back home to could also become bigger, because I felt like in one point like Denmark become a little bit smaller for me, and I was feeling like I've been learning like what I needed to learn in Denmark. So it's time to learn and to grow in a bigger space. And Paris was also challenging, but now I coming back with more weapons and like I'm more like prepared to develop something better for me and also for the company, and also for Kenneth. It was also a big dream for him to could develop Flow Dance Academy in Paris, like the big city, Paris, with a lot of opportunity and good dancers. And we decided to bring Flow in Paris together. And I was the main director, the artistic director of Paris, and he was the main director in Denmark. And by learning the process to become a director, we decided to do this Flow Dance Academy in Paris in 2015. So I've been doing that, but now no more. After 5 years, like we separate, but I still working with Flo. I decided to create my own company called Flow Creation. Flow Creation is more focused into producing show, producing events, and also producing an agency for dancers. So it's a small company beside Flow Dance Academy being the education, and now we get the production and I'm in charge of that company.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's a big step, but that must have also come with some really internalized decision making of leaving the spot of directing. I can imagine there's been a lot of conversations, a lot of discussions about how you can do what you really want to do and not losing what you guys have built up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you came back to Paris, what happened with you as a person then, not only work wise, but like just your personal growth type of journey, coming back to your home country and like, you know, entering with all this new confidence. What happened with you there? What has been some of your like biggest struggles, but also your biggest success moments since you came back?
Whoa, okay, yeah, woo, that's that part. Like I felt lonely in the beginning, really lonely. I come back with strong skills, but I needed to reactivate my network in one point because people forget me. I was like, okay, Eve, been outside. Maybe they was follow me on social media because I keep being active. And being lonely, I feel lonely, but also we've connect like we was two, and we got also the team, the teaching skills, the teacher team. And it was also a time where that was the time when I get this sparkle to become like to focus more in dancehall. I was in both sides, in hip hop and in dancehall. And I've been learning so much of dancehall, the original dancehall, because in dancehall in Paris, the way we do in dancehall, it's a completely different way of the Jamaican way to do dancehall. So I get this project in my mind, and I remember I was talking with one of the dancers in Denmark called Bryce, and I told him in a conversation, now if I come back in Paris, I want to become a strong dancehall dancer and bring the original dancehall style like they're doing in Jamaica and stuff. And he told me, good luck, girl, like, because you know how in Paris, how you're going to struggle by working with this original point of view. French people, they're really like, no, you have to be done in a different way, like they're doing on the French way in every style. And back then, that was my big challenge. So I come back also as a strong dancer and also doing battles. I started doing battles, but people didn't know who I am. They forget me. But I was killing in battle. I was strong. So what you what you want? I was good, and it was hard for the French community to see that new girls in the game coming from nowhere, didn't being around, and I was a question mark. And in the beginning, it was hard because they pushed me away because they didn't know what was my intention for them. For if I wanted to take a lot, and I have to do my own space in one point because I could not go through them. I just say, okay, I'm gonna do my own thing, so it's fine. So I start from the beginning to create my own community and create my vision, and also create an Evee style mixing like hip hop and dancehall. Also, it was completely weird for people, but I did my things alone and in the beginning, and slowly people start to trust in me and just feeling like, okay, she's cool, she can bring some things, okay, let's give her a space. I took it more in the dancehall community, because in the hip hop community I didn't come through, but it was mostly as a dancehall dancers, like that's how we is being. Yeah.
Wow.
It's still cool. It was still cool.
Like when how has your experience been in Jamaica or with Jamaicans when you felt like, now I'm gonna put like the hip hop not aside, but I'm gonna focus more on the dance hall? What kind of things did you do in order to become more like connected with the authentic style?
Like you know my story, like I was this French girl, and knowing like through by going to parties and also watching videos and stuff, my heart was really into hip hop style. And one day I decided to go to Jamaica to could understand the hip hop history, the roots, and going to the street and to see the raw things. I met Orville in a dancehall camp, and that was also a key point in my life. It was I'm not supposed to be on that dancehall camp, but I was there suddenly, and I did the battle. I went to the final, same story, and people were like, oh, "Okay, who's that girl again?" Huh? And by talking with Orville, he told me like, "Now, if you want to know more about like your history in dancehall and in hip hop, go to Jamaica, and you should educate yourself from there." Being there, he bring me to his under his rings, and I've been discovering. I didn't know nobody in Jamaica. I didn't know the team. I didn't know who was who. I completely coming like as a dancer, want to experiment something new, and I fall in love. I completely fall in love of the style, of the country, of the food, of the spirits, of the vibe. Yeah. It was really strong, and when I've been there, I feel that my body have to move like this. I have to create that vibe inside of my body. I have to create that frequency because that make me feel good. Like I feel good vibes. So definitely I have to focus for a while on that style. And if I have to do it, I have to do it full out. It's not like middle way, it's full out. So I did forward and back, moving forward and back, like save money, going for 1 month in Jamaica, going to different crew and team, study, practice, and working and come back. And I remember in the beginning when I get this awareness, in France, people didn't understand, like they're feeling like I was brainwashed. Well, yes, I was brainwashed, but I was passionate. I was really passionate. And that education for me in Jamaica, that was the best things could happen for me, because that make me even stronger, also richer in my mind as a dancer. And that approach, I learned it from Grishka. You know Grishka?
Yeah, monster.
Yeah, from Grishka, I got a deep talk with him, and he told me like how he was going forward and back in LA to learn and being a session and take everything. Don't do it halfway. It was like you go to the session, close himself, and dance with the best. So that's what I decided to do for my dancehall education. Dance with the best, surround with the best, and get mentor and just absorb not only the dance as a aesthetic dance, but understand the vibes, understand the story, the history, the culture. So that's why I go into that process.
Yeah. Wow. I'm almost getting like emotional because it's so hard to feel like you're drawn to something that is basically not your culture. You have to respect, you have to learn, but it's just something there, and when you get there and you realize and you see everything, and it's just like, oh, I grew up with a reggae loving father, and even though he was a white Swedish man, like that Bob Marley plate was spinning and spinning and spinning. And for me to be able to not only see the dancehall culture, but also like see the reggae culture and see the places they talk about and see the food that they are singing about, like it just becomes this whole like, oh, the circle is complete. And I kind of understand now, and I understand the movements better, and I understand why they move in groups and why these steps are so important. And yeah, it's just such a wonderful experience. Now I just had a feeling like I really want to go to Jamaica with you, especially so we can have like our reunion there.
After everything, everything come down, let's go, mom. Let's go, mommy.
Please. I just want to go as soon as we can now. No, but that's really, really good. And I feel like to see that that little spark that we had back in Denmark 10 years ago, you were still very hip hop back then, but we had our dancehall moments, and to see you go fully immerse yourself into the style has just been a blessing from afar, like seeing all your videos, seeing all your jams and like your classes. And yeah, I just want to shout you out because I think you're so dope, and for continuing, because it couldn't have been an easy journey to come back with that.
Thanks, mommy.
So, all right. So you went for it. You started also like your own little brand within the French Paris Jamaican dancehall thing. How did you come up with that, and how did that start? Because I know you're good with communication, so I knew you would do something with it, but how did you come up with the name and that whole thing?
Yeah, things came naturally for me. After my second trip in Jamaica, when I came back in Paris, I wanted to surround the same vibe. I wanted to meet people, and I wanted to create that things. And I knew you have a lot of dance school around Paris, a lot of good dancehall dancers, but he didn't feel or didn't smell what I experiment in Jamaica. I feel like, whoa, no, Paris, come on, Paris, the big city like this, you have no community like that. And after this second trip, I just feeling like, okay, I have to start my school. I'm going to lead a school to create that vibes. It's going to be for me to just recreate that vibes, that Jamaican vibes. I experiment in Jamaica, and I want to spread the word to everybody. Everybody have to feel what I felt. And it was obviously by doing a community, it was not only build a brand, build a school. Jamaican Vybz, that the name coming like because I wanted to creating like that vibration. I experiment being in Jamaica by doing whatever, I don't know. It was by doing class, by doing events, by doing a festival, by bringing Jamaican dancers, by bringing people doing the food, drinking the rum. It was everything. I wanted to create this small moment, make me felt like when I was in Jamaica, even I cannot pay my trip, and share it with people. That's how we start. And I start like the first dancehall dancer was Queen Latesha. It was Queen Latesha. She was in Europe and she fully supported me. We bring up an open door where she was there, and everybody was there. We make a big jam. We have a DJ. The community was supporting me. And after that, I said, okay, that's the opening of the school. And it's the school going to start on Monday. I wish to see you there, guys. And I get only one student after this. This is only one student came. And I didn't understand. So I said, okay, I get the studio. I get the concept. I get the teachers. Because I didn't start alone. My idea was to create different class where you could get old school style, middle school style, new school, and female style. Like these people can understand what is the different style in dancehall, and not just attend a dancehall class with different style. It's exactly like Flow Dance Academy with, okay, hip hop is not only like hip hop, like with a mix of everything. It's different discipline. And I just decided to fight for what I believe. Okay, one student, I'm gonna fight. So slowly, I make happening. create a battle called the Bombo Clash Battle. The Bombo Clash Battle is, you know, this concept with 8 counts and
Yeah.
8 counts and the fight.
Clash, clash, clash. Yeah.
Clash. It become a hit. People love it. They love this battle. So slowly, by arranging events and workshop with Jamaicans, the community grow and grow and grow. And now with Jamaican Vybz, this brand, we got a dance education dedicated to dancehall. Yes, and
Wow.
I get my team of teachers, and we get a program, like a structure, a fully program with the different style and freestyle program, and also personal development using dancehall, and make also marketing digital for the dancers also to could promote themselves if they want to promote themselves on social media. We help them also. Everything is created with dancehall. That's the tools. What we can do with dancehall and develop people their personal potential, their creative and artistic potential to develop them as a dancer, but also as a better person.
Wow.
That's the vision I get with that community.
It's like a holistic program, basically. Is it in like the evenings, or is it a day thing, or?
This program, how I do it, because it's more adult people, and it's on Sunday, every second Sunday. You have two Sunday in a month. It's a 4-hour program session where we do full out. In between, we get online session, and after we met, it's 1 year session, 1 year program.
Wow, that's so dope. And like now with COVID and everything, have you been forced to put it online, or is it still running, or?
Yeah, we're lucky, like, because it's we got an agreementation. I don't know this agreementation. It's official. The program is official on the government, so we're lucky we can keep the class until now. Cross my finger, please. I also developed, besides that, an online program also for people cannot move. It's a program called Girly Moves. Then so like the idea is like together the female size for women, like want to develop like the feminine side and want to feel free. It's a program with a step and also concepts to develop feminine side by using dancing.
Oh, that's so dope. I love it. You have so much projects. You're running Flow Creation. You're having Jamaican Vybz. You literally done a program, especially for women. And on top of that, somewhere along here, you had the time to become a mother.
Woohoo! Yes, that's the first job. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Just, I know it's like, maybe not so much about the dancing, but I kind of, that like is the biggest thing you can probably go through as a human to become a parent. So how has that changed your life?
Ooh, whoa, different aspect, huh? I think become a mom, remember that it changed my way to dance. I feel more connecting with my body, and wow, I feel I move differently. But also become a mom like that give me more structure. I have to be more structured now and be more focused on my own project. Back then, like I told you, I was really affected by feeling lonely and the talk of people, because he get also a lot of blind mind people, jealous people, and saying like, no, yeah, what you're doing is not good. And now become a mom, I have no time for that. I just like, okay, I feel I want to do that. I'm gonna do it. I don't mind. I do it for me. I do it because I believe on me and on my creative idea. And I'm doing also to show my daughter, like, you know, like mom can do it, you can do it. It's definitely give me a strong, solid pilier in French we say, like
like the foundation, basically.
Foundation to could do what I want to do. Because now I'm not alone. It's not only a family, but I get somebody who look up on me. So yeah. I want to become strong for her also, because I want her also to become strong.
It's so crazy. You know, sometimes it takes like even though we of course always aim to have that within ourselves of like being super confident and whatever, but as you say, like when you have somebody you got to be the role model for, yeah, of course you don't have time to that. This is about making a next generation confident and strong. So like everything else becomes so non-important, you know. Wow.
That's how it changed for me. And
That's so
just like,
crazy.
oh, okay, go. If you want to do something, go for it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, because I know you're a big family girl. You love family. You like kids. Like, do you think you're gonna have more? Do you?
Yeah, maybe maybe one more because I'm busy now. I'm
Yeah.
busy. And kids
Yeah.
already got two, so yeah, we're already a big family.
Yeah. No, but that's happy to hear. Congratulations. I'm so stoked, and I hope to see your daughter one day, to see your little mini me, maybe also with a yellow snapback, rocking.
She will. She will.
That's so dope. I I kind of um just wanna round up this interview with having something that I always do. It's called fill in the blanks, and it's basically I'm starting a sentence, you're ending it with whatever you think.
All right.
So, for example, a great dancer for me has to be, and then you answer
Mhm.
whatever you think.
Okay. Okay. I have.
So,
Oh, for me, a great dancer have to be generous, have to love, to give, and also have to get. Have to be proud of himself. Have to be proud. I think, and love himself. That's what I want to say.
that's amazing. Um, when I want to practice self-love, I always do.
Um, I already listen my intuition carefully. Listen my first idea coming into my heart.
Oh, that's great. Right now in my life, I'm most grateful for.
Being a mom.
Oh, so beautiful. I can't wait to see her one day. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Um, being a good creative director means
To be determined.
to
Yeah.
be determined.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good. That's good. When I'm teaching, I always try.
Mm, to be authentic.
Nice. When I hit, when I hear the best music, it makes me physically feel.
Ooh, good vibe vibration inside of my body.
Mm, love it. Um, one of my biggest future goals is.
Hmm. To reach the heart of the most of people and make the world happy.
Through dance, through art, through love. Love it. One of the biggest challenges I have overcome was.
Hmm. To to face my fear.
Oh, one of my biggest fears have been.
Oh, to to trust on myself. To trust on myself. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. That was hard.
It's so hard. I
Mhm.
feel you so much. Uh, when I meet someone who's insecure, a dancer maybe, the tip I always want to give is.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Yeah.
So beautiful. One of the biggest learning moments I have had this year during COVID-19 has been
communicate and speak loud what you feel.
love it, love it. And one last, and that would be, I have to give you a good one here. One thing that people don't usually know about me would be
I'm still insecure, but I have to trust in myself.
yes. Yeah, don't we all though? That's a lifelong thing. It's not just something that you like, oh, one day I just got insecure about myself and I had never any worries about it anymore. Like it's like a chapters of learning how to become that. I'm with you. I sign up. I
Yeah,
sign
you
up
know
on
what I
this.
mean? It's a roller coaster. Roller coaster. Sometimes I can be high, sometimes whoop, whoa.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes you just have that self-confidence where you like, I feel like I can create anything. I can do these collabos. I can do these videos. And then like, even when you release a video, you're like, was it really good enough?
Yeah, always. It's crazy
Always.
with schizophrenic, like, yeah.
Really. I am so honored and thankful to have had this interview with you. In the end of my interviews, I always leave the mic to my guest. Is there anyone you want to love bomb, shout out? Is there any projects we should look out for? Where can we find you on social media, etc., etc.? The mic is yours.
Well, okay. I would like to say thank you for that interview. Thank you so much. I feel really honored for you to ask me and to share with you and your community and the world and speak loud and get this space to express myself. I appreciate that so much. Big up to everybody who love to dance, to live, to enjoy the life. And yeah, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Evee Smile on Instagram, also on YouTube. Like I'm gonna drop like my Evee Smile Academy. So be aware. I'm still creative and I'm still gonna drop some creative idea, produce and artistic things to spread the love with dance and maybe with other skills. You never know. So it will be continued.
We definitely have to make sure to follow you. It seems like you're up to a lot of good things, and I can't wait to see what the future has in hold for you. I can't wait to see you wherever that might be, and I just wish you the best of the end of this year, to hopefully see you next year.
Yeah, we see you soon, sweetie.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.